Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Fetch Quest podcast, where we cover video games and more. Today, I am joined by my fellow co-host Logan and Connor.
What's up, boys?
Hello.
So good. So guys, now that everyone is back for summer break, I think we should all get together since it's been a while.
Yo, for real. Like, seriously, it's been forever. Been in the mountains for like 9 months. What should we do?
I don't know. You guys want to go bowling or something?
Nah, that would require a guy getting off his chair for more than 5 seconds, so that's definitely a no-go.
Screw you, dude. I get out of my chair to do stuff, even though I'm unemployed, but I still can do it.
For like what, 15 seconds?
Oh my god.
Yeah, Cupcake. We'll have to figure else out. But either way, I think I have a better idea.
What?
We go to guys and we throw a party.
Yo, that sounds like today's topic. Today, everyone, we are going to be covering party games. Our favorite and least favorite genre probably ever, because holy crap, these things can end friendships very quickly.
I,
But
I
boy,
hate
do
I hate both of you. I want you to die in a pit of fire.
no, you just play Mario Party 10. That's what you do. That's worse than hell.
Brewer would be a fan of Mario Party 10.
He would.
Which one was it that introduced the car thing? And I think it was Mario Party 9.
Yeah, it was
I think
9.
that,
Pretty
yeah,
sure
that
it
was
9.
9.
Because the Mario parties that are hated the most are the ones where you have to drive a fucking car together, which I just think is dumb. Because why would you want to be like driving in a car where you're all in the same exact placement instead of being in different spots? Like, how do you win that?
Well, the problem is that too many babies cried about, I hate RNG. I can't win. Oh my god.
They just needed to pray to RNGesus a little more.
For real, though. Oh my god.
But I
Yeah.
think talking about that, maybe we start off with Mario Party then.
Yep. I
I
think
was just
it's
about to
safe to
say
say
that.
we've.
Yeah,
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 I think it's safe to say we've all played that.
yeah.
Mm. Yeah,
What are your guys' thoughts on that Mario Party?
What's
Which was the first one you started with?
uh?
probably either 7 or Superstar, like the most recent one.
I actually started with 9.
Oh
With 9?
god. You poor soul.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna say you you rolled the short end of the stick. I think the first one I started with was like Mario Party DS, which is kind of lame because I was essentially playing by myself.
That is really funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I forget there was one on the DS.
Yeah,
Oh god, that sucks because that that requires you to be online, and that's like, ew.
I don't even know about it being online because I think it was just you play with friends locally. On the 3DS, I know there's definitely online. I think it was like Mario Party, the top 100. Well,
Oh
not
Oh,
just
that
yeah.
game.
not just that because there was a bunch of different games, but I think Mario Party Top 100 was probably their best one.
I mean, okay, even then, like that was in the era where like Mario parties were like kind of iffy. Even then, like the top 100, I thought was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I think Mario Party's best return to form has been their most recent one, Mario Party Superstars,
Oh, for
because
yes.
the
Oh,
previous one on the
100%.
Switch, Super Mario Party, I looked at it and it's like, I don't think this hit right. I don't think this is gonna hit
Mario
right for
Party
me.
Superstars was iffy.
Superstars was still a little iffy, but I think the execution of the game and just the actual content was a lot better than just Super Mario Party. Especially because
I,
I can play
yeah.
that without a single Joy-Con.
I think my biggest issue with Superstars is the fact that they like this is the one game where I was like there should have been DLC.
Oh yeah,
Like
definitely.
like they had a money machine and they refused to use it.
Yeah, I don't really get that.
I don't either. It's like Mario Party is also like one of Nintendo's most successful
Yeah.
franchises, and oh god, I want to pull up the numbers right now. Top
I
10.
Honestly,
also
Nintendo's DLC or like sequel practices a lot of times just make no sense at all.
yeah.
Because
Um,
like Captain Toad Treasure Tracker got DLC on the Switch, but it wasn't even like when it first re-released. It was like probably a year after it, which just
I
makes no
know.
sense at all.
according to
Yeah.
Wikipedia, Super Mario Party is the eighth highest selling Switch game, going at 19.14 million units.
Okay, that makes sense.
Lord.
That is That's really saying something because that game was kind of ass.
Yeah, I think the best part about Super Mario Party was its roster because I actually really like the roster.
No,
Yeah, I
it's
did like
really
it. The roster in Superstars just doesn't hit
Yeah,
right for
like
me
that's I like the maps and everything and the gameplay. I just wish the roster was better.
because it's like so limited too. There's only like
Yeah,
10 characters, and they're all like really basic.
I don't even think they
right.
have. Do they even have like Daisy in it?
They do have Daisy. They have
Yeah, they
Daisy.
have
Okay.
Daisy.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm thinking of the new soccer game that didn't have Daisy.
Oh yeah, the
Oh, Mario Strikers.
Yeah, that's what
yeah.
I was thinking about.
Yeah, she was added later in an update, but that's a more of a bigger issue with like a lot of the Mario sports games just not having the content they should.
Yeah, but
I
that's not
okay.
our
I'm
topic
looking
today.
kind of off topic. I'm looking at this list for highest sold Switch games. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is number 19 at 10 million units, and the problem with that is that I know those that has not been updated
Well,
in
it
a
hasn't.
bit.
Yeah, it hasn't been updated.
So it is at least like 15 or
No,
13.
10 million was what it hit in its first 3 days.
Yeah, okay. It would not surprise me if that game is in top 10, but that's for a different episode,
Yeah, a much longer episode as
a
well.
much longer episode. But yeah, Mario Party here. Okay, this is gonna be kind of a hot take. I actually really don't like playing Mario Party all that much. It really depends on the people that I play it with.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this just for any party game, you need to make sure the people you're playing with or what's the best way I can say this without being too insulting?
Not idiots.
Maybe not cringe or just you need to have people that can like get excited for that. Like the game I'm going to talk about next after Mario Party is like Jackbox. I think that's one of the best examples of that.
Oh, that is one of the best for
Because
sure.
whenever I play that, if you have people that aren't going to cooperate as much or they won't try to have fun with it, because
Yeah,
if you want to have fun, I mean, you need to try to be having fun in the first place.
Um,
It
yeah,
just makes it a lot harder.
that mostly just goes for me with Mario Party. I don't feel the exact same way about Jackbox, but it's like I don't know. With Mario Party, I feel like even if I do bad in a mini game, I still have fun with my friends. But it's like if I play with like a wrong audience, I feel like it's just boring. And it's like, oh, I have to wait for their turn to go by. I have to do this, I have to do that. It's just like that's why I hate playing Mario Party online. I think that is one of the least fun experiences I've ever had on the Switch.
Well, I think
yeah.
that's a big problem too, just Switch Online, because they really need a proper voice chat now for randoms.
They
Can
do.
you
Oh my god, you're right.
as
Like obviously have it
as
curated with parental controls, I think, because I think the problem is Nintendo thinks they themselves have to be the parents when parents need to actually do the parenting for that.
as much as I get where you're coming from, I feel like Mario Party, like random Mario Party voice chat, would be more toxic than some COD lobbies. Like
No,
that
no,
would be.
trust me, it will be toxic as hell.
But
That's
that'd
why
be fun.
that's why I'm saying add those little things in with like parental controls,
Okay, if
so it's
we
like
ever
limited.
if we ever get like a voice chat party for Mario Party and have it even just equate to Modern Warfare 2 parties, I feel like that'd be the best thing ever. I look,
That would be really funny.
I'm
All I
sorry,
can
you first, Connor.
I'm just saying, all I can imagine is some like 20-year-old dude like screaming at the top of his lungs at like little Timmy for not winning the mini game with him.
Timmy! Timmy, god damn it, why did you mess that up? We were so close to winning, Timmy. If you just
All
timed
you
it
had
right.
Timmy, all you had to do was just move the block. That's all you had to do, Timmy. How did you screw that up?
Goo goo gaga? No, Timmy, no, you cannot have a popsicle.
Jesus, it's like I am
Only
Groot.
winners get popsicles, Timmy. And you are
Um,
not a winner.
I am actually a defender of COD Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, and I think they are incredible.
Dude, they're funny.
They're
they're
amazing. It's if you ever watch like any modern comedy show like Family Guy, it will never peak any comedy compared to a Modern Warfare 2 lobby back in
Modern
like
Warfare 2
2012.
lobbies are just they're an experience. You get enlightened by being in one.
God, they're so funny. They're so funny.
Little Timmy playing Modern Warfare, hearing words beyond that, hearing like 50 words that are not in the Bible.
Yeah, because I think having a place like that is just that toxic, that makes for a fun party experience in itself. Because you're trying to be nice, you just go, "Hey guys, I'm gonna win. Let's have some fun." And then you hear like 550 old men go like, "Shut the fuck up, you little piece of shit! I'm gonna slap you."
So real. But connecting this back to like party games, the thing is that like most party games are competitive unless like you like bend the rules a little bit. But like that's what's fun about party games in my opinion is that like they're kind of like pick up and play and there's like that competitive spirit. Like I don't know, I this should be kind of obvious at this point, but I'm a very competitive person, especially
Oh,
when it
you
comes.
are, you are,
No
you are
shit,
definitely competitive, Mister Ranked Smash player.
Fuck off.
You
Mr.
fuck
Um,
Part of
off.
the Council.
but that's something I love applying to party games as well. Because even if I like don't win, I feel like it's fun because I did it with my friends, and it's just a fun time. Smash is completely different, but I think just that competitive aspect of party games is something that I feel like is very important about it, and it's kind of a reason why like I'm very specific about Mario Party as well, is because like I'm being competitive with like people I love and people I'm like friends with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because being toxic with your friends is really fun.
It's so much fun. Oh my god. I mean, okay, for our viewers, like even like when Brewer and I are like toxic to each other on like these calls or and whatnot, it's not that even like we're actually being toxic. It's just it's fun and like we're close enough that we're like that. Like I'm
No,
I'm
I legitimately hate you, guy.
I love you too, but like a good amount of viewers can probably relate to that. It's just like toxicity is so much fun.
Yeah, because it's like the thing. Someone calls you something terrible. If it's not your friend, you want to just punch them. You want to do like a Zangief suplex on them. But if it's your friend, it's like, yeah, fuck you too.
Oh my god.
Like one of the funniest examples I remembered from that is we were playing Mario Party, right? And I
Yes.
was in a very specific situation to where I needed someone to lose so I could get a star. So what I ended up doing is it was a team mini game. I purposely threw, and then my dad was like, "Logan, what are you doing? What are you doing?" It's like, "I'm sorry, old man, but I need that star, and I need to make sure you don't have enough coins."
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Wait,
Mario
we have not
Party.
we haven't explained the win condition for Mario Party.
Okay,
Yeah.
so in Mario Party, the way you win is by going around the board and collecting as many stars and coins as you can. The person with the most wins. Now, to get stars, you need enough coins to buy them. So you do that by winning mini games or landing on certain spots on the board.
Or
And
stealing them.
yes, and you can also use your coins to buy items to help you get closer to the star or to send some people further back and delay them.
You can really fuck people over. It's
So while
really
there is a
funny.
lot of RNG involved with the mini games, there is skill involved because some of them have more skill than others to where you need to time your presses as best you can. You need to be the best masher. But other ones, some mini games I feel like are just designed to like purposely be bad. Like, do you know what I mean, guys?
No. I
Yeah.
completely get you.
Like some of them,
Um.
like especially like 1v3 mini games, I feel like they're designed to where some people have more power than the others.
I mean, that's
There's
what
this
1v3
one.
is.
There's this one mini game in Superstars. I cannot remember what it's called, but um, it's this. It's like you're on an iceberg, and there's like a bunch of penguins running to you, and I am firmly convinced that is just an RNG check for everyone.
I think I know what you're talking about, and yeah, I think having those are good to just equal the playing field because obviously some people are just going to be better than others. Like if I play Mario Party with my family, majority of the times I do just win because I'm better at the mini games and I know the best way to manipulate the odds in my favor or to give myself a better chance.
Try
Because
hard.
shut up, guy, you're a bigger tryhard.
Sweat,
Because it's the
sweat.
same as like poker or just any other card games. while it does all come down to the odds, there is a reason why there's pro players. It's because not all of it's random. Some things have a higher chance of happening than others. Some card sets, what's the best way I can explain this? They have a higher chance of giving you the reward you want. So the same thing applies to Mario Party.
Um, yeah, I completely agree. It is a skill thing, I will say, because like you're gonna be there are games where like you're gonna be a better masher at, you're gonna be like better suited and whatnot. But that's kind of like the joy of Mario Party is that like there's such a variety of mini games that like you're not gonna 100% guarantee a win all the time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That and
Have
other
you
random
guys
factors, like you can't control how good the other person is. So if it's like a team game,
Oh God,
then
yeah.
you may get screwed over.
have
I
you guys
fucking
seen the Pokey mini game from Superstars?
Oh, you mean the one where you mash A to?
Yes,
Yeah.
I
there's
love watching gameplay of that.
I'm being serious. I there are Smash Bros. Professionals who have said if you want to learn how to mash,
Play
play
that.
Mario Party.
They're not wrong.
And like, okay, Mars, hi Mars. If you know like our content, you should maybe like give us a shout out or whatnot. I'm your biggest fan. You're not washed. I love you to death. I think your ZSS is so cool. And yeah, she does suck. But
Why are you
Hey,
sipping this much over another
yeah, why are
person,
you
because
guys?
Mars
sucking
is
his
good. But
why are you sucking his dick?
because Mars, okay, Mars actually did say that, and I do believe him in saying that because like there there definitely is a skill with mashing on that one. Oh my god. But with that being said, do we have any other points we want to talk about with Mario Party?
No, I think that's everything on Mario Party.
What's our favorite Mario Party? If have we answered that?
7.
Probably Superstars. I haven't played as many Mario Parties as I want to. Like when
7 is
we
so good.
next time when we get together, I do want to see if I can maybe like bring a modded GameCube or a Wii, and we play
I
some of
a
the older ones.
totally legal and not modded Nintendo Switch.
Exactly. But yeah, I think we should go on to our next one. God, this is probably my favorite party game ever. Jackbox Party Games. Woo!
Yeah, no, I love Jackbox, and even compared to like some of the other games we're going to talk about and Mario Party, I think it's by far one of the most accessible that I've ever found.
Oh, for sure. Not only
I
is it
mean, I mean, it is multiple games, so it is kind of cheating in that one aspect. But they're multiple well-designed games.
so real.
Yeah.
Because
I'll,
the way, do you want to explain Jackbox, or should I explain Jackbox?
I'll explain it.
Okay, you
Um,
can.
So Jackbox is there are multiple Jackbox games. Like there's Jackbox like 3 through 9. I'm pretty like the first two were like named Drawful if I remember.
No, there's party packs, right?
Yeah.
And then a couple of them are sold separately, like Drawful. But
Oh, I
it's
get
party
you.
packs 1 through I think 9 right now. I think they release a new one every year.
Okay, never mind, never mind. So how Jackbox works is that you have Jackbox 1 through 9, and each version of Jackbox has different mini games depending on like what you want to play. So unfortunately, you do have to make multiple purchases, but in my opinion, it's worth it because you
No,
get
they're well worth the money.
because there's a variety of mini games that you can choose from. You just have to load up a different game to play it. But with Jackbox, you essentially choose a mini game that you want to play, and you connect through your phone. So you need a smartphone for it.
Well, not
But
just a smartphone. You can use like a laptop too.
oh yeah, you can.
Yeah, anything that can access a web browser, you can do that. You just need a host console. Like you
Yeah,
can download it on Steam to stream it. You can download it on the Switch if you want to bring it to a bunch of houses easily. Download it on PS5, Xbox. Just about anything can have Jackbox on it.
everything can have it. I think it's best on Switch because of its portability. But back to the back to it.
Yeah, you go, man.
Yeah, with Jackbox, you get so many different mini games to choose from, but they all include like expression of the player. Like they'll give you a prompt. Like one of my favorite ones is Champed Up, which is oh god, I love that one so
Dude, I
much.
Is
love
that
Champed Up.
Is that the one we played over at your house that one night, guy?
Might have been.
Might have
It's
been, might
a
have been.
so the idea of Champed Up is that they give you a prompt to work with, and you have to create a fighter. Like you draw it, and
So for an example, let's say the prompt was King of Snitching. You draw 6'9".
yeah, you draw 6/9.
You draw a rat.
And what happens is that when you're all done drawing the competitors, you actually go up against other people's drawings, and the people who did not draw those two fighters will vote on which one wins depending on the prompt. So
Well, here a little more explanation on that.
yeah,
So after you create a champion, some other people are going to be shown that champion, but they aren't going to be told what they're the champion of. So you'll see 6'9", but you won't know that he's the champion of snitching. So
exactly.
you have to look at the
Yeah.
champion that they drew, infer from that what they're the champion of, and then draw a champion that you think, or a challenger that you think can take on that champion.
A really funny one that happened last time we played is so I was given my friend Hayden's drawing, and it was a glory hole.
Oh wait, I remember this one.
Yeah, he drew a glory hole, and I didn't know at the time, but it was supposed to be the champion of good times.
I mean, he wasn't wrong.
So to counter it, I drew a stick man with the longest penis imaginable and called him Shalonger.
I need to save more of the champions we've drawn before because a lot of them are hilarious.
I took a picture of that. Don't worry.
Oh, good, good.
So when
Longer.
so so when they were both on screen, it was Schlonger versus the Glory Hole, and it was the champion of good time.
What was one of the ones I did?
Oh god. Oh, you did like a drunk gremlin. So you did like the Dremlin or no
No,
Drunklin.
no, that was Hayden, I think.
It was something like
It was like the Drunklin.
a Drunklin. Yeah. Oh my god. It was something funny like that. But that's what Jackbox is. Is that like that's just one mini game out of like dozens that like they call for for player expression, and they allow you to be creative with it and just have a fun time. And you can say some really fucked up shit too in that, and that's why it's probably my favorite party game. Is because not only do you get rewarded based off your own expression, but because of how much freedom you have with the game, God, you can do so much stuff with it. Like
Yeah. All,
Tyrone
all their
fucking.
drawing games, some are better than others, but I think all their drawing games have been great.
Oh yeah,
I think the best part is that you don't even need to be like an artist to do it, because honestly, if it's a bad drawing,
It's
it
funny.
just makes it just makes it funnier.
exactly.
You have the funny factor.
Exactly. Like that's really what all it comes down to. It's like how funny is your answer.
Like I think someone drew like Hatsune Miku a while back, but let's just say it wasn't Hatsune Miku.
Oh my God.
I
Because even if you
remember
do have a good artist, the tools are limited enough to where
yeah.
they can't go absolutely crazy and just blow you out of the water.
I remember one time it was when we were over at your house that one time, guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we had just gone done watching Black Adam.
God
And
damn.
so all of our answers were like 50%, like not even 50, like 85% of the answers were just Black Adam related.
Oh my God. That night was incredible.
That was incredible. Another game I like a lot from the recent party pack is a Job Job.
I love Job Job. Oh my God, that's my top three. That's in my top three mini games.
Dude,
I'm not
Job
even
Job
kidding.
is so funny, especially if you have
Oh,
some drunk people in the mix.
oh my God, you can
Because
say
they
so
give
much
you a
stuff
prompt,
with it.
right? And everyone answers it. And then all the words get like shredded up. So you're given the words that other people used, and then it asks you a question, and then you have to use those words to answer it.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really good because like not only do you get rewarded for like using from a variety of people's words, but you can make really funny shit. Like Peter Griffin gets fucked by Tyrone and bitches in Miami.
We did a lot about Tyrone in Miami.
That was Wyatt. Shout out to our boy Wyatt. He has an obsession with Miami and Tyrone when it comes to that
We're very sorry, Tyrone.
game.
No, one of the ones
Um,
I remember, I think, is like, "What is your deepest regret?" And it was structured like "Drink Shrek asshole jump off cliff," and then it was going up against "Kill Pikachu with desk" and "Do jumping jacks." Something just really random like that.
Oh my god. Nothing ever follows the prompts in that minigame, I swear.
yeah. Have you guys ever seen played the one mini game? I think this is Jackbox, where it's like a trivia game in like some haunted mansion or something.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
I
no,
think
that
I
one's
fucked
fun.
up.
That one's really
Yeah,
fun.
What was
I've always wanted to play that one. It looks really fun.
I think that would be yeah, Trivia Murder Party.
Trivia Murder. Yeah, that's what it is. Trivia Murder.
Yeah, and that's a really good one. Now, I will say some of their trivia could get a little outdated at times. So it really depends on what version you're playing, but you always have a lot of fun with that. Because even though it is something like Kahoot or it's just a question game, the way they structured it and their theming around it makes it really fun.
What are some of the outdated questions? Like, who is the current
Yeah.
president? And it's like the answer is like Trump or something.
I do not know.
It's so
But
Jover.
but the games are like simple enough to like during COVID era, I had to host some events for like some kids and stuff because of a club I was a part of.
Yeah,
And while I couldn't use Jackbox, I imitated a lot of their games because they're simple enough to where if you're hosting something on Zoom, you can have the kids do the the games you would do in Jackbox, just with a little less structure and theming.
so what I'm hearing is that you're an unimaginative, uncreative fuck
I
who
mean,
can't
personally,
make.
You
hey, I did the Oregon Trail over a Zoom call. I do not want to hear shit from you.
so you have stolen ideas from a bunch of creators.
You
That's what I'm
have.
hearing.
I mean, it wasn't for profit, so
I
Well,
mean, it was to
okay.
get
Like,
those.
here's one game that I really like, Talking Points, and literally it's just talking with some quips. So
talking
how
points is
it
fucking
works
amazing.
is it is a presentation that you have no way of preparing for because it asks
Oh,
everyone
okay.
some questions, right? And it's for making some titles. So everyone makes a couple of titles, and then it gives everyone else your answers. You choose a title, right? And right after that, you have to go up and give a speech about that title. While you have an assistant that gives you pictures and new quips about that specific title you chose.
Completely improv, by the
So
way.
you just have to react as quick as you can. So let's see, what's a good example? I think one of them is what would you do to end global hunger? And then it shows just a picture of, let's see, a picture of what guy?
A
Just throw one
monkey.
at me.
A monkey.
Yes, a
Elon
monkey.
Musk.
So you'll just have to react to it as quick as possible and go, all right, guys, I think the way we can end global hunger is by just eating monkeys. We're going to take them from the zoo. We're going to take them from the wild, but we're just going to cook them. You just have to think of
Jesus.
just whatever random shit you can think of. And just throw it out there. Try to see what sticks on the wall as soon as possible.
I think one
We
time when I was playing that minigame in college, I was doing a talking points presentation on feet fetishes, and
Oh god.
and,
oh
and one of the oh my god, one of the pictures that came up was like an X-ray of a skeleton.
I think one I remember is what is the best way to get money? And then the car popped up. So it's like, all right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go rob a bank.
Oh my god.
We're going to do a real life Grand Theft Auto. We're going to run over some people and take their money. and then drive away so the cops can't get us.
That I love that minigame so much. I hate that there aren't
We
enough people who play it because I understand
yeah.
like it requires like improv and presentation, but oh my god, it is probably the funniest one.
Well, I think even if like with Drawful, you're not a good artist, even with talking points, if you're not a good speaker, the games are built around making sure that even if you're not those things, you can still do them. Because with talking points, I think because everyone knows it's an improv speech, they cut you some slack for it because yeah, you know that you didn't prepare for it. They know you didn't prepare for it. You're just talking out of your ass.
So
So
real.
it's fine.
Um, but yeah, with that being said, do we have any more like concluding point? Do we have any concluding points about Jackbox, the
Can I talk
greatest
about
game?
one other game? This is just a light mention because it's funny. It's a game called Faking It, which does have some requirements of being in person to play or
Yeah.
just some structuring. But it was basically Among Us before Among Us.
Oh
Oh,
no.
I know which one you're talking about. It literally is
Among
Among
Us.
Us.
Yeah, because
Among
there's
Us.
one imposter, imposter,
Bum,
and
bum, 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 bum.
everyone is
Bum,
given a
bum, bum.
question, but the imposter is given a different question. So everyone answers, right? And then everyone looks at all the answers and tries to figure out which one looks the most out of place, which usually the imposters will look out of place because they were given a different question.
That's actually a really fun minigame.
Yes, and you have to talk your way out of a lot of situations and explain why you're not an imposter or blame someone else, just like Among Us.
Imposter?
Why you're not the sussy baka.
Imposter Among Us.
Guys,
Bum, bum,
guys, I
bum,
know the
bum, bum.
question was like, what's your favorite food? And I said China, but I just meant Chinese food. I just meant Chinese food. I just love Chinese food, okay?
You put China as an answer.
What's your favorite food? China. I want to eat
The communist country of China, yes.
I want to eat
Yo,
the
it looks
country of
pretty
China.
yummy. Yo, that country looking pretty yummy though.
I don't want to go eat Great Britain though. I hate British people.
That'd give you food poisoning.
It
What is your
would.
What is your favorite food?
It would
Bing
give you
Chiling.
it would give you their terrible teeth.
Yeah.
Bing Chiling.
Bing chilling.
You would start pronouncing water as wa'a.
Water. You want a bit of water?
I'm sorry, British people. We love you.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we've played Xenoblade, so
Yeah, we play Xenoblade, so we like British people.
Xenoblade episode coming soon. Woo!
hopefully.
But yeah, I guess with that being said, do we want to talk about another fun party game?
Yeah, I wanted to move on because I love Jackbox, and again, it is multiple games, so we
It
could
is
keep
so
talking
good.
about it.
Please buy Jackbox.
I
It's so
just
good.
Another one I mentioned this
can I
one.
just
Oh, you go first, Connor. I'm sorry.
yeah, I was just saying because it's about Jackbox. I was just gonna say we should really play Quiplash one day. Quiplash is hilarious.
Quiplash is another one of the like greats that like everyone loves.
It really is
Yeah,
good.
Quiplash. We really need to play Quiplash, but that's
Yeah,
all I
quick
was gonna say.
explanation for Quiplash, guys. So in Quiplash, you're both given like a really weird question, like what's the best way to clean Frankenstein's toes? And then you both have to make a quip or just a really funny answer, and then they compete directly against each other for votes.
Licking them.
I think
True.
cleaning them with your butt cheeks with a bar of soap in
And
between.
then and then the people whose quips didn't make it up vote on the other, the which one they think is funnier.
They get sent to the Shadow Realm.
Looks like you're going to the Shadow Realm, Jimbo.
It's right down the street. Just take a left.
But yeah, I think this is time to segue to other party games. The one that we want to bring up that Brewer introduced to me about a year ago from today of this recording is a little known fighting game known as One Strike.
Dude, One Strike is so good. We talked about it a little bit in the fighting game episode, but I want to talk about it here more because even though, yeah, it would be a little more qualified in the fighting game episode, I've always found it more fun as a party game for people.
It is definitely more of a party game, in my opinion.
Yeah, because One Strike, it's a fighting game where you die in, well, one
One
strike.
hit. One hit. What?
So instead of having people focus on like the combos and stuff that they would in fighting games, they just focus on trying to get that one strike in on their opponent, which can be really fun because you're you're all just both really afraid because you're on your last life. So it's like, come on, just come closer, come closer. And it's just like, yes.
Brewer, we played that over at Guy's house that one time, right? Because
Yes.
I remember,
Yeah, I've
yeah.
had one strike tournaments,
Oh my god.
and I have been the king of one strike a couple times.
We made a one strike tier list. I think we both agreed that
Oni,
Oni was like the best character in the game.
Oni and Hangaku, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, one strike is really fun because I think we talked about this in our fighting game episode. Is that like people are intimidated with fighting games because like they're perceived as hard when I personally believe they're not. But because of the notion of like combos and whatnot, like you need to do them or not. But that's not in one strike. I think there's literally what only like two commands. Am I right, Brewer?
Yeah,
There's a bit
yeah,
more than
yeah.
that. So you can move left and right. You have dash back and dash forward. You have attack, and then you have block.
Even then, that's not a
Yeah,
lot.
and some characters have a couple little variations on that. Like some of them, their dashes are extra attacks, or one of their dashes or something makes them invisible. But you get the point. You die in one hit, and every character just has a couple of actions they can do.
Exactly.
So for casuals, that's great because you could throw two people who've never played a fighting game in together, and they can really just have fun with it. They can feel like they're doing something. They're not
Exactly.
intimidated by all the other actions you would have to worry about in a fighting game.
And that's the thing. It doesn't like even if you're experienced in fighting games as well, it actually will help you in the game because like the fundamentals of like neutral and whatnot of normal 2D fighting games like will cross over into one strike.
Yeah. Because another game I talked about is similar to it. I won't go about it as much because that's more strictly a fighting game, Dive Kick. There
Yeah.
are top players for those games, even though you just like die in one hit in like both of those games. Well, Dive Kick I think is a little different, but you get my point. You die really quickly, and there's not a
Yeah.
lot of combos. The main reason that there are top players is because they have solid fundamentals. They know what you're gonna do. They know how your attacks work. That type of stuff.
Exactly.
But
And
in a party
that
setting, at least, you get a bunch of people together. They play the game, and they just try out all these characters and different attacks to try to just get that one strike in, and they just have a lot of fun with it.
exactly. And it's like not just that, but it also like because of the one hit mentality of the game, it also helps like players try out different characters. Like a really big problem that personally I come with fighting games is that I think it's really hard to pick a character that you want to
Oh,
play
it's really hard.
sometimes. And
Yeah.
one thing that I praise Smash Bros for, which it's only slight, like we're not gonna talk about it, but is that like there's so many fun characters in that game that I can just kind of like pick one and have a fun time. But it's like knowing who to play can be really hard because like oh I want to play him for this play style or I want to play him for this or that reason, but it's like with one strike, because it is only one strike to win the game, you can try out all these different characters who like appeal to different niches. And I think that it's such good game design for to let people like try out different things because like it rewards curiosity, if that makes sense. Hello.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But
No, I think we should move on since we have
oh
already
yeah.
talked about one strike in a previous episode a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
know like in our and some of the Discord channels we're involved in, there's a lot of people who love those games.
Oh, for sure.
But
Good,
I think
because
the
it's
next
great.
game that I want to talk about that I also see really successful in a lot of parties and even non gamers love is Wii Sports.
Oh,
Ba-da-na-na-na-na.
my the bane of existence, Matt from Wii Sports,
Damn you, Matt.
causing so much trauma. Okay, do we
Childhood
really?
trauma.
We don't really need to explain this one. We know everyone knows what Wii Sports is. Come on.
Now explain it a little bit, just quick.
Okay.
So, can I explain it?
Yeah, go for it, man.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, Wii Sports, as the name suggests, it was a game on the Wii.
Right.
I know, shocking. Um, but essentially, what the premise was, um, I'm going off of Wii Sports Resort when I say this, but essentially the premise is that you've got a bunch of different like little mini games that are based off of different sports. So you could do like boxing and or golf or
Bowling.
frisbee golf or bowling, yeah. Or one of the most iconic ones, at least I feel like it's one of the most iconic ones, is the sword. Like the on the platform swords.
I wouldn't say swords the most iconic. I think bowling's the most iconic.
Yeah, bowling
Well,
is
when
everyone loves bowling in Wii Sports. That's everyone's favorite.
well, I think when it comes to Wii Sports Resort, I think that's the one most everyone usually thinks about. Wii
Well,
Sports
I think you
Resort.
have to do also consider the original Wii Sports because that
Yeah,
is how
that's
most
that's
everyone
fair.
played. Because I mean, it was
Yeah,
a pack-in title,
Exactly.
which isn't
that's
something I can
that's
say
true.
about a game we're going to talk about later. But that's a different point.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in a
Yeah,
minute
It
though.
being a packing point was one of the smartest decisions because originally it wasn't going to be a packing title. Reggie actually had a fight for that because they were being really stubborn on that because they saw it as a oh, you're disrespecting the developers by not selling it for full price. And he's like, bitch, this thing gonna sell systems. Put it on there.
Yeah, and
And
that's
that's
he
another
was
based
thing.
right.
Reggie.
He was right.
Yeah,
The
because
Wii
like
Based
sold.
Reggie.
Wii Sports, I'd argue is the most important game of the Wii's lifespan. I'm gonna be for real.
Oh, definitely.
And the thing is, it's really not that big of a game.
But it's still fun to play even
It's so
today.
much fun. Yeah, it's so much fun, and that's just a testament to party games. Like if you ever want to refer to a party game, like for design, if you're ever making one, go to Wii Sports because that game does everything right.
Well, I think some games, even if they don't fit the usual party game dynamic, they're good as party games. Because Wii Sports, technically, I wouldn't say is a party game, but you always see people playing it at parties because it has those aspects of it that make it really fun when you have a group of
Exactly.
people together.
Like it's yeah, like you said, it's not like technically a party game, but it's like it fits under all the niches, and it just works. It just does. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
because it's really simple to understand, which I think that's one of the biggest thing with party games. It
Oh,
isn't a
it's
game
really
you're always going to be playing competitively. It's something you want everyone to be able to play, even if they haven't never touched it before. Make it simple.
Yeah,
that
that's
is
why. I this is kind of related because technically it's a game, but stuff like Monopoly and stuff like that, like it's just so complicated.
I think
yeah.
Like
maybe Monopoly's gotten easier through the years with like
it's
some
definitely gotten
automation.
easier, but like at least for me when I was a kid, like I really struggled with Monopoly at points because it
No, I
was
do
just so
remember because
hard to
when you're like
understand.
really young too, you try to
Yeah,
count like all the money out and all the stuff before even starting a game, and that can be a little confusing.
Not just that,
Like
but
yeah,
as an
attention
adult, you know that's
span.
not a problem, but as a
yeah, because you
kid,
have to do it in real life anyway.
Not just that, but
yeah,
attention spans for that game can really mess with you. Like I love
Yeah,
Monopoly; it's one of my favorite board games. But I can definitely understand people who have like short attention spans not wanting to play the game.
yeah. Something that's quick and easy to understand though with the Wii was its motion controls because they did get overused at one point. But those
hmm
initial games they made for Wii Sports were perfect because everyone could understand them. With bowling, you know the motion you're going to do for bowling. Baseball, you know how to swing a bat.
you know how to hit a tennis ball.
You know what you're
Hopefully,
going to do for golfing. Yeah,
You don't know what you're gonna do for the sex mini game. At least Brewer doesn't.
yeah. You don't know either.
I
You're
do.
maidenless.
true.
Oh my god. Hold up. I'm the
But yeah, Wii
eldest
Sports.
here. Hold
Whenever I brought it up, it was always so much fun because too everyone had a Wii at one point. So a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, it's Wii Sports! I love this when I was a kid." It's like, yeah, me too.
so real. Which
So
is why
you
a lot
just
of
bring
people
it up,
actually hype.
and it's usually always just a great time.
That's why a lot of people were hyped
What
for
guy?
Switch Sports. People were really hyped for Switch Sports. Can you all hear me?
Yeah,
I think the best. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Switch Sports was a
just
bit rough.
I do
yeah.
not like the game. I
I
don't like
think the best analogy I can give for Switch Sports is that they tried to catch lightning in a bottle twice and failed.
Uh, I
I
think I can
don't
kind of see
I
what you mean.
actually don't agree with
I
that.
think
I
part of the
actually
problem with
don't.
Switch Sports is,
You first.
well, I was going to say with its games, I
Of
think they don't work as
course,
well because the motion controls with the gyros and the Joy Cons just do not work as well as Wiimotes.
Yeah, it also just doesn't help that one of the most one of the games that a lot of people like about Wii Sports was golf. A lot of people really like golf,
I fucking love
and it
golf.
was like DLC.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was free, but
golf was
still.
great. It was free DLC, but by the time it released, the game was basically dead.
Yeah,
No,
is
no,
that
no.
problem a lot of Nintendo sports games and like and like Mario sports games have had recently, where they don't release with content and they do this lazy
Yeah,
thing of, oh, we're adding in free updates later, which really means we didn't finish the game.
yeah,
Yeah.
and so it kills the game because there's not enough content, and so people are just like, well, what's the point of playing if there's not enough content? So
Yeah,
it
once
just
it's
ends up
there, no
dying.
one cares.
It like dies off like 1 or 2 months after it releases, and it's really sad.
Yeah, well, I think
The
it has some other issues too, because for one, two, it's a full priced game versus Wii Sports, which is a pack in. And I know there was Wii Sports Resorts, but I still think that had more content. Like we said before, even with the updated Switch Sports, it still has way more content and mini games to play, which made
Exactly.
it a worthy purchase.
I
Switch Sports, I don't see that.
going back to your point, Connor, like saying they try to get lightning in a bottle twice. That would imply they put effort into the game.
You know what? That's completely fair. I thought
Yeah.
you were going to argue with it being like, oh, it's actually like a good game or something, but like, yeah, no, that's fair.
Um, because not only do they not only do they have less games and fucking resort for some reason, they like, oh my god, there's so many horrid reasons why the game is ass. They have like
I
a
mean, that's
seat.
always a bad decision or like a bad sign, in my opinion, when I see a new game and it already has less content than the thing before it.
Yeah,
That is a huge red flag. I think I'm
that's
being
very
serious.
true.
Like people need to look out for this more. Call of Duty, FIFA. When a game comes out,
Madden.
when a game comes out and it doesn't have that much content or it doesn't expand its content as much as its previous game, why the fuck are you buying it? Like, this is a great comparison. Tears of the Kingdom has just come out, and so many people were afraid that it was just going to be $70 DLC. I'm not going to spoil it because, frankly, we're going to talk about it in our Tears of the Kingdom
It is
episode.
such a magical game.
It
It's
doubles
so
the
good.
size. It doubles the size of content. I'm not even kidding.
I
I've
say
put
more than
over.
doubles. Not
I've
maybe not triples, but it's
Like
fucking huge.
2.5.
Yeah,
I've my first playthrough of Breath of the Wild was 60 hours long, and my Tears of the Kingdom playthrough currently is over 100 hours long, and I'm still like maybe 70% of the way through it.
dude, mine's 40, and I've only beaten one dungeon.
It's fucking massive. But like that back to party games. Sorry, just a little side tangent. I'm really passionate about like content and sequels and other games, but
Yeah, well,
that
it related to the Switch Sports because out of
yeah,
the like trilogy of those Wii Sports Resort, and Switch Sports is the newest, but I think it's probably the worst
it
Yeah,
is.
for a
100%.
myriad of reasons.
It is definitely the worst. And here's the thing. I think there are aspects of it that are really fun. Like I actually really like the tennis minigame and bowling.
Yeah, I mean, bowling's always been fun. That's
Yeah,
one thing that's always remained a constant.
but it's just like the little things add up.
Yeah, definitely.
But but yeah, let's talk about another party game.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I think the next two we're going to talk about were a bit of viral hits that,
A
even though I
bit.
think they're a bit more complex, a lot of people wanted to play it because they were hits. So, first one, you guys played this one a bit more than me, is Fall Guys.
I love Fall Guys. I
Fall
I honestly, oh my god, I love Fall Guys so much. Like I'm not even.
Guys is very good.
It's so good. So to explain the
I
concept
wanted
of
to play it like really bad when it came out, but it was like, was it just like a PS4 exclusive for a while?
it, it's on all systems and it's free.
No, no, no. Now it
Yeah,
is, but
Yeah.
when it first released, it was not.
No, it was a
That
PS4.
I
and you also had to pay for it unless if you had PSN.
I
yeah,
know.
well,
I
you did
know.
have to pay.
But to explain the concept of Fall Guys, Fall Guys was the game it was the game we didn't deserve, but it was the game we needed at its time of release, or at least when it got popular. Well, you won't know its release, but Fall Guys essentially is a battle royale where instead of using guns and normal combat, you actually are put in through into a slew of mini games that is randomly determined. So the idea is that you want to win these mini games to obviously get the dub, get the the victory royale, your winner chicken dinner. But the thing about Fall Guys is that you don't it's not about gunplay or like how skilled you are hitting those, 360 no scopes. It's just a fun platformer like with party game elements from like Mario Party and whatnot into it, and they structure it in the way of a battle royale.
It's like the thing I
And
said before. The more you can eliminate just like the complexity, I think. I mean, you can have some complexity, but making it as simple and to understand and easy to play as possible, that's what can make a good party game.
oh, for real, I love Fall Guys for that reason. And it's like, I mean, God, it's really fun because you get into a lot of high tension scenarios, but it always feels like it's always fun. Even if I lose, it's just fun. I don't know. That's just me. Connor? What do you have to say about the Bean game?
Um, I so I haven't played Fall Guys in a while, so I don't know how it's like changed. I played it very early into its release, and I really really enjoyed it. Like, I think it was probably like the best possible way they could have melded a battle royale game and um, a party game together because it just makes so much sense because you combine the competitiveness of both battle royale games and party games together, and like you think it would be like not super fun or like it'd be maybe like really easy or something, but it's not. And it's actually very challenging, especially like in the later stages of it. Like, there's this one mini game where you have to climb up the mountain. This like mountain is like one of the ending ones, and you have to climb up this giant hill or mountain or something. And once you get to the top, you have to grab the crown, which is essentially how you win the entire game. But if you mess up one time on your way up there, then you basically lose
Yeah, it's
because
detrimental,
like you cannot mess up, and it's super challenging and hard, but it's very rewarding.
and that's what I
And
love about
so
Fall Guys.
yeah, it's so fun. I haven't played it a lot. I think I maybe played it once when the medieval season came out, but from the stuff I've seen from like YouTube videos every now and then, like the way they've changed it has actually seemed like really cool and like it fits well with the concept
Yeah,
as well as
it
all
fell
the
off for a while, but I'm happy
yeah
it got more of a resurgence.
yeah
And I'm really
and
glad because that game
yeah
it's so much of a pick up and play game, and not just that, but you can
yeah
also
yeah
queue in with like your friends and whatnot and play online.
Does it have
yeah
crossplay?
I think it does.
yes, I
Okay.
think it does now.
Because for games like those, I think that's something that needs to be just done more going forward. Crossplay is a
Yeah,
must, in my opinion.
I think
For the most part.
at least nowadays, I think if you're making a party game, you have to attempt to either have crossplay or um, online play because I just do not think it can survive in the, I guess, landscape that games are nowadays if you're making a party game without online.
No, I completely agree.
Because this is a sort of a side tangent, but there's this one game that came out recently that I really want to play and get, but it's called Boomerang Foo. And the essential concept of it is that you play as a character and you get a bunch and you have a boomerang. You can throw your boomerang and slash your boomerang and dash, and that's it. But you can get a bunch of different power ups, and the way you win the game is by getting the most kills. And it's really cool and it's really like cute and fun. But it doesn't have online play, and I live far away from you guys, so it's only local and it doesn't have crossplay. So the only
Yeah.
so I just don't know if it's going to survive because you're only going to get it from like maybe like group channels, maybe. But besides that, like I don't know if it's going to survive, and it was just a shame because it looks really fun.
I mean,
Yeah.
that is just a limitation sometimes because, like One Strike, like we were talking about before, I love that game, but it doesn't have online. And I mean,
Yeah,
it does make sense because it's from a smaller dev team, so I can't really blame them too much for that. But it's
yeah,
just
that
it'd be nice to
that's the
see.
same. Yeah, it's the same thing with Boomerang Fu, but it just does kind of suck to
I
see.
have heard there is a One Strike 2 though that's in development right now,
Oh
or
yeah, Two Strike.
yeah,
Epic.
Two Strike, which is
Two strike.
that's just funny.
That's how the concept evolves. Instead of it being one hit, now you have to get two hits.
Um, I think we should conclude with this final party game. Probably, I'm gonna be entirely honest. I think this game is a masterpiece of game design and
Oh
party
my god,
games.
dude, it is. I don't
It
know
is.
what the devs were cooking, but they were in
They
that kitchen. They were
Who?
fucking fierce.
Yeah,
God, it
let
is
them
so good.
cook.
Like I'm not. I don't kid when I say this. I'm genuinely being honest. It is probably one of my. It is one of my favorite games of all time. I think it is incredible. It is Among Us.
Bum 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 bum.
Hey, guy, wait, Connor, are you playing that from your phone?
No, I
That
did that.
wasn't me.
No, I did that.
Okay, yes, who did that?
Yeah, no.
I'm wondering if that got picked up in the audio at
I
all.
hope it did.
It,
I hope it did.
I hope it
If not,
did.
I'll throw it in.
But I love. Okay, I fucking love Among Us. Oh my god, it is incredible.
It's
I,
such a funny game. You just got some little guys, and I
uh,
even have the collector's edition for it.
you
Yep.
do, and it's amazing that you
And I
do.
sleep with an Among Us blanket every night. No, guy, you've slept with that. You've slept with the Among Us blanket before, and it is like surprisingly soft.
Wait, was it the Among Us blanket or the Hatsune Miku blanket?
Uh, you've used both, but the Among Us was softer.
Oh my god. But Brewer, would you like to explain Among Us to us?
I actually like Connor. Do just want to have some stuff I need to check.
Gotcha.
Okay. So the concept of Among Us
Among
is
Us.
Among Us. The concept is that you are with a party of how many people you have, um, and you have to do a bunch of tasks. Like, for example, if you're on this one map, you have to shoot a bunch of asteroids, check, make sure the engine's working, and stuff like that. But within your group, there are one or two imposters,
Imposter
sussy,
Among Us.
sussy bakas, if you will. And if and it's your job, if you're the crewmate, to figure out who these imposters are and then vote them out. And then if you vote the imposters out, you win. Congrats. But if you're the imposter, then it's your goal to kill everyone until you I can't remember if it's you match the amount of crewmates or you um
Yeah, the
outnumber the amount of crewmates. It's one of the two.
yeah, you have to if the amount
Murder
of crewmates
everybody.
if the amount of crewmates is equal to the amount of imposters, then imposters win because the crewmates cannot vote out the imposters.
Got it.
And I mean it's just simple math. But yeah, but Among Us is fucking incredible because it's such a simple concept done to the utmost complexity. It
I'm
it's
happy
really
it had a glow up because it wasn't doing too hot for its first 2 years.
then I
Yeah.
don't know what happened. It just fucking
COVID.
blew up on the internet, and we are now living in a post Among Us world. If you think about it,
I,
You can't escape
unironically,
Among Us anymore.
you
yeah.
can't.
Unironically though, the reason why it blew up is because of COVID and everyone was inside, and so
Yep.
it just made for the perfect game for content
Yeah, you
creators.
can say that for a lot of games, but
Yeah, but
probably Among Us was the best example.
that's probably the best example you could get for a COVID game, as I put it.
No, that's completely fair. But God, you have to be so like tactical with like how you type and how you speak in the game, and it's just that
I do
It's
wish
such
they
a
had
mind
better
game.
integrated voice chat,
That's true.
Yeah,
because that's the one thing that could like make the game perfect, in my opinion.
but I mean, yeah. Besides that, it's like God. It rewards you for being witty, and it's like it's so much fun. Oh my God, there's different maps that you can play on that have different mini games. I still prefer the scaled, but it's just
Is the scale of the ship?
yeah. I think the scaled is the ship. Yeah. Let me. Okay, I'm looking that up to confirm because I might be stupid.
You are stupid.
Yeah,
No, but yeah,
that's
the
just an
skeleton's the
old map.
ship. Yeah, the skeleton's the ship.
Yeah, I think
But
that's probably the best map as well. IMO.
oh yeah, for sure. And then don't forget airship though. Airship from the Henry Stickmin
Airsh.
games.
Oh yeah, airship's really good.
I love
Um,
Henry Stickmin.
Henry
but
Stickmin
yeah,
is
it's
a
just
goat.
same developers by the way. If you've ever played that game,
No,
those
no,
games.
no. Before
But
Among Us
Yeah, yeah,
blew
yeah.
up, the Henry Stickmin collection was it came out, and one of the collectibles in the game were little Amoguses, but
Amogus.
people didn't know what that word. So I'm sort of like, what is that?
Among Us, Among Us.
They didn't know the hell that awaited them.
They did
Yeah,
not. But yeah, Among Us like you during like okay, so in the rules of the game, you cannot talk to others like during the round where you're supposed to be going around doing your task or the imposters are killing people. You can't talk to people. But that's when if you report a dead body or you call an emergency meeting, that's when you're allowed to talk to people. And you have to use evidence to like make sure that you're safe or that you're not an imposter. And you really have to be creative, especially if you're an imposter. You have to be really creative to make yourself innocent. One of my favorite strategies actually
I mean, you
is
could just also say Orang is sus.
yeah, but one of my favorite things to do is if there's two imposters remaining or two or three, have one of the imposters who is quote unquote sus say all of his tasks are done and he'll follow around someone to make sure that to prove that he's not an imposter. That or do a visual task that someone else is doing and make it seem like you're also doing it.
Yeah, no, I've
yeah,
seen that before. I remember that was a really smart strategy. You stand in one place, and then the moment the taskbar goes up, move, because people will take that as an indication of, oh, he's just doing a task. It can't be
Yeah,
him.
no, that is really smart. But Among Us, like, it rewards you so much. Not only is it simple, but its complexities, like little stuff like that, just make the game as good as it is. And I genuinely like do think Among Us is a 10 out of 10. Obviously, like when you hear, you're not gonna think of this is a game defining thing of its genre, but I genuinely think it is. Like I'm an Among Us stan. I really am. I'm an Among Us stan.
I'm a bigger Among Us stan. I have the
let's
collector's
kill him.
edition,
You
That's
do.
or
true.
more importantly, the ejected edition.
I also have an edition that Brewer bought for me, but I do not
No, I'm pretty
have.
sure it was Guy that bought it for you.
Oh
I
yeah, it
I
was
still
one of
have it.
you.
I will give it to you
No,
sooner or
Connor,
later.
which one of us is the imposter? Which one of us really gave it to you?
That's true.
Interesting.
But yeah, its culture is spread far and wide too because it got so big that even companies started making commercials on it or like similar to it. Like there was one with like Chips Ahoy, I think, where like the cookie dude like ran into
Yeah.
another
Wait,
cookie guy,
don't
and it
skip.
was like just who is the imposter.
Wait, don't skip. You're gonna miss out on
You're gonna miss out on Among Us. But
these nuts.
oh god, the new God, what was the sequel to Knives Out that came out recently?
Yes. Glass Onion, one of the
Glass
best
Onion. The
movies.
first scene of that movie is Among Us.
Yes, I
I'm not
lost
even
my
kidding.
mind.
It
I
It's
is.
was
Among Us.
I laughed so hard when I saw that.
Oh my god. It's
That
it's
is that is infinitely funny.
James
Like
Bond plays Among Us. That's real. That's the first scene in the movie. I'm not
That,
even
that
kidding.
is that is hilarious.
God, what else? Oh God, I okay. It's not clearly stated, but if you've seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I feel like there's a little bit of Among Us inspiration in.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
If you know the scene, you know the scene.
Um, like it got so big that one time I can't remember one, but I'm pretty sure someone who was running for like a U.S. senator played Among Us on stream to try to get votes. It was
That
very
is
funny.
amazing.
A U.S. senator tried to play Among Us to get votes. Vote for me, and I will not be a sussy imposter.
The
Guys,
entire
trust me, I'm not an imposter.
Wait, no. It's like imagine if like Biden and Trump were playing Among Us, like
Oh my
those little
god.
Chat GP things with like the
Oh
AI
my god,
voices.
we need that.
It's like, guys, don't vote for Biden. He's an imposter. No, I'm not
He's
Trump.
just
Come on, Sleepy Joe. We know you're the imposter. Or something like
those
that.
exist.
The only
Those
reason no
100%
one's died is because you
exist.
fell asleep on your computer.
God, those are so funny.
Those are hilarious.
But
Joe, how could you throw?
are we do we want to talk about maybe another one
The
more
next
game?
best game ever.
Oh my god. Let's all right, we gotta finish
Well,
jerking off
it was
Among
the
Us.
best game that is getting a sequel now.
Yes.
Wait,
A
what?
sequel that everyone definitely wanted.
Wait, what?
yes. Yes. For those who don't know, we are talking about the classic 1-2 switch.
Wait, is it actually getting a sequel?
Yes,
Yes, they announced it like I think
on
yesterday.
Twitter last night out
What?
of nowhere.
Wait, oh, there's no way. There's no
That's a
way.
yes way.
Brewer,
There's
Because
no
have
way
you
I'm
seen?
down with
we
this.
couldn't make this up if we tried.
Yeah, have you seen that tweet where it's like this is the saddest announcement for a video game ever because there's like no trailer, there is
Holy
no nothing.
shit!
Yeah,
Oh, the
there is
funny thing too is
nothing about
apparently it
it.
like leaked last year too, and it was a real leak.
Oh my god. Well, that's interesting.
It's very
It's so
interesting,
funny. Like
especially because apparently the
it's
playtesters thought it was so bad that they wanted it canceled.
that's
Holy shit!
it's so
I
funny.
did not know about that.
Yeah, it's
Like you can tell
World
they
of the
didn't
Game of
want
the
to
Year,
release
Tears of the
it.
Kingdom, or everybody want to Switch.
You can tell they didn't want to release it because they didn't drop a trailer or anything. It was just a tweet like, "Oh, the sequel's coming out."
You know what? We need to fill a slot for this year. Here's a game.
Yeah, we already released the best game ever. We gotta fill some slots.
I mean, that's how they announced the Elden Ring DLC. Like, no trailer or anything. They just posted on Twitter, "Hey, it's in development." I'm not
I
even
mean,
kidding.
that game
That's how.
already has a massive following though compared to One Two Switch
1-2 Switch.
because
Yeah,
the
I
only
know, but
reason that game sold a lot of copies is just because it was a Switch launch title and there weren't a lot of games on there.
yeah. Who wants to explain 1-2 Switch?
I haven't played it
Who's
before,
guy?
so
I think you've touched it more than I have, so maybe you explain it.
Just like women, I've touched 1-2 Switch more than Brewer.
Sure, guy.
Um,
You tell yourself that.
yeah.
but with 1-2 Switch, with that game is something else. Let me explain 1-2 Switch to y'all. So 1-2 Switch is essentially like Brewer said, it's a launch title with the Switch. It's a bunch of mini games where you are to use the like gyro and the motion controls with the Joy Cons, and a lot of these were actually really fun. I actually enjoyed a good amount of them. But with 1-2 Switch, you're essentially like given like a prompt for a mini game, and when a certain it's like God, what's a good one? Like quick draw. Yeah, that's a good example. They give you the prompt to draw it like you would a revolver, like you're playing Red Dead Redemption, but you essentially like draw it when it says 3, 2, 1, draw, and and you have to like press a button, and the person who draws and shoots first obviously wins. But it's essentially this, but like with a like I want to say like 40 mini games, which sounds like a lot, but you got to realize that like they weren't like they weren't technical powerful. They didn't show. It was just like a PNG like on the Switch itself, and just giving you
It was
instructions.
more of like a tech demo. That's what I would say.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Because it showed off like Joy-Con functionality and just little things you could do. Or it was meant to show off, I think, how portable it was too. Like, oh, set this on a tabletop, and then both of you stand in this place, something like that.
It was a Nintendo Switch tutorial.
pretty much. I mean, like Brewer said, it would have been a lot better if it came with the game. I didn't get the
Or it came
Switch.
with the system.
Yeah, it came with the system.
Because it
Sorry,
was $50.
I actually
That
thought
game
it
was not
came
worth
with the Switch.
$10.
I actually thought it came with the Switch.
It did
I
not.
do,
A lot. I think a lot of people thought that.
I like obviously like I knew that once I got a Switch, but it's like when I didn't have a Switch and I saw the game advertised, I was like, oh, this game is. It looks like it comes with it.
Yeah, I think consoles always need to have a decent launch game or just a game because it's always depressing when you boot up a console. There's like nothing on it.
Oh my god! You want to hear something really funny?
What?
1-2 Switch came out on the same day as Breath of the Wild, and now we have Tears of the Kingdom breaking records and review scores, and then 1-2 Switch. Everybody 1-2 Switch gets announced like on a Twitter post.
That is pretty funny.
That's really funny. Oh my god! But
1-2 Switch.
1-2 Switch is a relic. Like I think it's fun. I do think it's really fun, but it falls into like a party game problem where like it requires multiplayer to have fun, and it's like,
Well, that and it's overpriced.
yeah, it's
Which
overpriced.
I think they noticed that because everybody 1-2 Switch is like $30, which that is still overpriced, but not $50.
I would pay 20 or 25 for 1-2 Switch.
You can't pay me like $10 for that.
Like, okay, it includes like 40 games,
But they're all like just
local
little
play. Yeah,
things.
they're all local play, which sucks. But
It's
it's
a thing of like quantity over quality. That's what I was
Yeah.
saying.
yeah,
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 it may have 40 mini games, but are they good?
fair. That's entirely fair. Yeah, I'm not
There's probably a couple things there that could be fun, but the general consensus I've gotten from it, and the one time I did try it, is they're a little fun at first, but you play it for like 30 minutes and then you don't have anything else to do because the games don't stick with you for a while.
they don't, and it's really unfortunate. Like the game had potential. I just felt like it needed like more time in the oven to like be fully developed. That or like you said, just be released with like have it be tied in with the Switch.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Because I think if it was a launch title, people wouldn't have ragged on the game so hard.
for real though, for real.
Because $50 is $50.
It is
Yep.
it is a $50 game, that is for sure. But I guess with that being said, I think this is a good stopping point for our party game episode. Do we have any concluding thoughts from our co-host?
The last thing I'm gonna say is just what I've been saying, similar to what I've been saying the whole time. I think the best party games, they're simple and easy to understand. Anyone can play them, not just a like hardcore gamer, and they're accessible enough for just everybody.
For real.
Yeah. Um. Play. What was it? Play Mario Party. I guess.
No, play Among
And
Us.
yeah, and Among Us. Play Among Us and Mario Party.
Good closing point, Connor. You get a gold star,
A for effort.
Yay!
but I'm taking it away with a Mario Party dice roll. I'm stealing it with a boo. I'm sorry.
Cringe. You're cringe.
You're cringe.
But
You don't have a star
No.
anymore.
Yeah, but you have to use Boo instead of earning one, which means you
But
have
I
a
still
skill
win,
issue.
Connor.
But you have a skill issue.
You have a skill issue. You can protect yourself from the boo. All right, closing statements.
Oh my god. Yeah, with that being said, please roll those lucky dice on the subscribe button to help us with the YouTube algorithm.
And hit the like button so RNGesus will smile upon you.
And lastly, make sure that you comment on what your favorite party game is.
And you better suss out who has a good opinion in the comment section.
For real. We always want more input about these videos. But yeah,
If we've done a shit job, please do tell us.
please.
If Brewer
we can
has a
take it.
skill issue,
Connor,
if
you have more
Brewer
of a
has a
skill
skill
issue than I
issue,
do.
yeah, sure. Keep telling yourself that.
But with that being said, thank you so much for listening to today's episode on party games. I have been joined by my fellow co-hosts Logan and Connor, and with that being said, we are Fetch Quest, and thank you very much.
See you guys.
Bye bye.